Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
Beach FM, we say good morning to the Mayor of Horowhenua, Michael Freyen. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning. How you going there, Nigel and listeners?
We're good as gold down here. Now, you've got a busy day today. You've got the first day of submissions for your long-term plan.
Yeah, first day today and a full day tomorrow as well. So a lot of people have put in submissions, and there's definitely a healthy number that are coming to speak to it, which is always, in my opinion, much more helpful.
Yes. So they get about 3 or 4 minutes to talk to their submission, do they?
No, they have a person 10 minutes, an organisation 15, but, in that time you allow for questions as well if you want them.
Righto, 84 submitters. That's going to be an interesting day. Now, I see...
Yeah, it's not 84 today. That's spread out over the 2 days.
Yeah, that's a heck of a lot, though, isn't it, to listen to, that's for sure. But there's quite a bit that they've brought forward, and I'm just thinking, retaining the halls. Now, that's an interesting one. I've had that comment made to me by several contributors saying, hey, we want to keep our halls, but it's a big cost to keep those halls.
Yeah, well, a lot of people feel strongly about the halls because they're owned by them. They've been in those communities for a long time, but a number of them for this whole earthquake sort of matter that's facing every town, and so it's looking like people are gearing towards commenting more on get rid of the ones that are not up to speed and keep the Shannon one is what I'm reading a lot about.
Yes, right. And
it's a pretty lightweight topic, though, Nigel, when you as far as long-term plans go. So,
important for the communities, though, isn't it?
Oh, it's hugely. It's important. Definitely important for the communities. I guess I was comparing it more with what you do with your wastewater and your, your drinking water and general infrastructure and things like that. Which are coming up in other submissions later on. So, but plenty of people are commenting on it. There's a very strong commentary from people that live in the outer reaches and the Waikawas and Ohaus and Waitareres that just want their infrastructural systems in the main left alone in terms of they just want to supply their own water and sewerage and not have the huge cost of it all being bought out and put on the town system.
Yeah, well, I suppose infrastructure is a big concern for Horowhenua because of the number of people moving there and the number of new businesses setting up there.
Yeah, no, most definitely, but you can see through commentary a lot of people want our existing infrastructure upgraded, remembering we lose 32% of our reticulated water before it even gets to anybody's taps. So there's a lot to fix up already.
Right. Do people pay for their water there, Michael?
On that.
Do people pay for the use of the water up there like we do down here?
Just at Foxton Beach, it's on metering.
Right. Has that been considered at all?
Well, people are bringing it up, but there hasn't been any great discussion about it at council. There's a lot of pros and a few cons with that. I mean, people that use regular amounts of water would never have any worries, about being on a meter. But I think given that how much that we need to find extra water if we're going to increase and develop, increase in town sizes and all of that, it's pretty vital that we do find some water, and we do have some schemes around using the water in a much better way than we are now. I believe personally it's over allocated to industry. We've barely got enough to cover live-in. So water's a big issue. So tanks, grey water tanks, of course, those sorts of things are being brought up as well. And also the matter of, well, how can you go and stretch the system out when you can't sort of feed your own town, basically.
Yes. Of course, what we found here was when they put the water meters in, there was an uproar, of course, but we're getting it cheaper now than what we did before. But the thing was, the council found out their infrastructure, the pipes and that, were the main problem of a loss of water. So you might have the same problem there.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. I think many areas haven't spent enough in the upkeep of their infrastructure that they have in place. And of course, HDC, Horowhenua District Council, is doing a lot of work on its infrastructure. But I guess a lot more people are wanting to see a lot more focus on that, and not all of the other things that it may be looking at.
Yeah, sure. Foxton Pool, some people say they'd like to extend the open season, but I see that would add about $5.70 to the average rates bill.
Yeah, well, that's really cheap when you think that it can save lives of children. I mean, you have a look how difficult it is, how many children actually can swim these days. It's I don't think it even compares to a number of years ago when you were learning in your school pools. So I think, to me, the pool in Foxton, I'd like to see it open all year round.
Sure.
And if it is, the business will come. I mean, we're very quickly filling up here at Foxton and Foxton Beach with the migration of the older demographic. And they use those types of facilities, that is for sure.
Yes. Do they users pay for the use of the pool up there at the moment or not?
Yeah.
They do pay for it
when you're in there. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
But it's not like when you're up in Taupo, for example. You outsiders, they pay $25 to go in the hot pools, where it's about $8 if you're a ratepayer.
Okay.
I think they're good schemes like that.
So there's a bit of a chance to move the price up a wee bit to cover the extra cost of running it for, say, extra 6 months or whatever?
Oh, yeah, well, there would be increased costs, and of course that's what the argument is, isn't it? And but I say, personally, I think it should be open the whole time.
Right.
Not just 8 months, but that's what the council have decided is going to be the figure. If it increases, it'll go from 5 months to 8 months. Okay,
I know you've got to fly. Just one last question. So you're thinking about a 6.5% rate rise increase for the next financial year, and rates above 6% forecast to continue for the next few years. So the Horowhenua public, can they afford that sort of increase?
No.
But I don't think so. That's what's got to happen, I suppose.
Well, does it? That's what the discussions are going to be. Some of these things might have to fall by the wayside.
Off the wish list.
I'm not entirely agreeing with everything I see at the moment either. So there's going to be some good discussions going forward.
Right. Yes. Obviously, there's lots of wish lists there from people, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? Long-term planning.
Well, it is, but what I've seen in many councils is that often the submitters are not really listened to, and I've seen some brilliant submissions.
Yes.
And so I'm really hoping that we do hear what they have to say and maybe can think outside of the box that we're in, So there's a very heavy emphasis on our LTP, which many people have commented on development, and of course there's quite a bit of argument about just how much development there is actually going to be. What are the real numbers of people that are coming to the area? So there's a lot of challenges, but it's HDC's looking at it from all angles, and I guess we just have to wait to listen to what everybody has to say in the verbal sense.
Yep.
We're live streaming, and I hope there's no shutdowns happening in the next 2 days.
Right.
I hope the whole thing is live streamed, so that people can see what other people are saying.
Yes, it'll be excellent. And I just was going to touch on your future of the Live-In Town Centre, because I think that's a brilliant idea to be looked at, and I don't know whether that comes up in the long-term plan, does it or not?
Well, many people have mentioned it, but at the moment we're doing the whole consultation phase, and there's actually a pop-up container at the back of Te Tākere, the library, which is covering off on that at the moment. And those submissions close, from memory, it was the 18th or 26th, something like that, later in May.
Yes.
Sorry that I don't have that date right in front of me, but that is being manned by HDC staff, and people are taking up the opportunity to go down there and have a look. It's really accessible, and in my view is the way we should be doing all of our consultations and pre-consultations anyway, to have something so visual, so public, in a good spot, that people will actually take the time to come in and say something. Great.
That consultation finished, the submissions close on 4 p.m, 25th of May. Michael, well, you have a good LTP planning.
I think I said the 26th then, but So there's a lot of different, there's also waste minimisation going on, and they've all been separated out, and so there's a lot on the go at the moment, and probably too much, too close together, but such is life, and the people that are interested in these things seem to be coming forward to state their alternatives or issues or ideas. So that's a good thing.
It is indeed. Best of luck with your submissions today, and people, you can watch it on live on your television, which is great. Thanks, Michael.
On live streaming. No, thank you, Nigel. And I'm looking forward to it. I really like it when the public and the organisations come in and you can put a face to names of those that you don't know. So going in with a very positive attitude. So very appreciative of your call as well.
Thank you very much. Michael Freyen, Mayor of Horowhenua.
106.3 Beach FM.